Hello, Potato, and welcome to Weekend Magic for January the 7th, 2023. Yep, it's a whole new year now, and we're a whole week into it, and I still haven't taken down any of the holiday decorations. Yep, they're all still there, because I haven't done it yet, but maybe next week they'll be gone. But they're here now, so let's just bask in their glory for at least one more video. Nothing much I really want to talk about this week aside from the main focus of the video. They started a new, I guess it's going to be a Marvel pin series. They had like a pin of the month of a very nice kind of pewter looking Captain America, but I'm not looking to get into any more continuity collections, so I've given it a pass. I'm not looking to do any collections this year, any 12-parters this year, so gave Cap a pass. Maybe if down the road if the series doesn't do well and they mark them down or something and I can get all of them, maybe then I'll do it, but for now I don't intend to get that series. Additionally, today is, assuming you're watching this the day it comes out, today is day 2 of SAC Anime Winter 2023. That is where I intend to be, assuming that I can get an arc to get there. It has been raining rather badly most of the first week of the year. It's California, we do need the rain, but we don't need it all in the space of 1 week. But provided that nothing happens causing them to have to cancel today or tomorrow, that is where I'll be. If you happen to see me there, come on and say hi. Give me a hello potato for the video. I promise the exchange will be awkward because I'm not particularly good at dealing with strangers. So, also if you're in costume, absolute respect, because this is not, we're not having costume weather. But yeah, if you see me, not that you're necessarily going to recognize me, but if you see me, come give me a hello potato for the video, and I promise, assuming the microphone hasn't like screwed up or something, you'll be in the SAC Anime video. But today, let's get on to the meat of the video. Yes, last week I wanted to finish off the year by looking at Mickey Mouse, the Main Attraction, Part 12, I guess they're calling them the Cinderella Castle fireworks. I remember calling this one the Grand Finale fireworks, but I don't think they've really given this one a proper name. At least not so much as you can tell on the card here. It doesn't mention Sleeping Beauty Castle at all. So yeah, I call this one the Grand Finale fireworks. They actually have a different plush and I guess a whole collection called the Grand Finale fireworks that came out in the last week, I think. So yeah, I don't even know what to refer to her as anymore. We'll just call her Fireworks Mini. But yeah, I wanted to do the Mickey Mouse ones last week, but even though they were released in plenty of time for Shop Disney to get them here, Shop Disney did not get them here before the end of the year. They arrived on, I believe, the 3rd, so they've been here a couple days, and I really haven't looked at them too much. I wanted to have kind of like fresh eyes when I look at it together with you. So we did buy the whole collection this time. We got the pin, the plush, the key, the ears, and the backpack. My wife wanted the backpack on this one. And the plush and the backpack in particular, I haven't really looked at all because they are absolutely just covered in paper and can't really see them. So we will see them together at about the same time. I mean, on the video, obviously I will have seen this before the video gets released. But anyways, let's start out, work our way as normal from smallest to largest, and go down there to check out the pin. All right, so here we have the last, final, ultimate Mickey Mouse, the Main Attraction pin. Number 12 of 12, Cinderella Castle. Okay, so it's not about the fireworks, it's about the castle itself. Interesting. But as always, they've put the sticker in front of the pin, but we are back to months again. It's MT, AIM, AQ, 1, 2, 3, DEC, LR, PN. So Mickey Mouse, the Main Attraction. I'm not sure what the Q, 1, 2, 3 stands for. December, limited release, pin. I guess that's supposed to be the N in pin, I don't know. But yeah, let's pop it out of its package. Of course, there's the text on the back, which we'll read on the back of the key as we have done all of last year. Or at least, well, you know, I've given them, I feel like, some flack for not releasing these things timely, but they did actually get them all out in 2022, despite starting in like March or April. So actually I have to give them credit. They did manage to get this all out. Now, That said, I think some months were not particularly great, but they did get them all out, and they almost got them all here in 2022. They were just off by a few days on this last part, so I do have to give them some credit. But here's our last Mickey. Looks like he is. I know that's not a Zoot suit, but I'm getting Zoot suit vibes off of that. I know Zoot suits don't have fireworks on them; they generally have stripes. But I think the way he's standing, which I think, to be fair, is about how he's been standing on all these pins, with the hat, using the castle in place of the feather is both clever and kind of gives that vibe to me. Maybe because it's also got the long tail on the back of the coat. Hopefully the plush will look like that too. But it's nice. That's quality. They've all been pretty good quality. I have no complaints about, I think, any of the pins. They've, I think, all arrived in pretty good condition. They've all been of high quality, or at least of equal quality. And they do look nice together. They didn't give us a book this year, though. So when they did Mickey Mouse Memories in 2018, there was a book to put your pins in. And then when they did Minnie Mouse The Main Attraction in, was that 19? No, it was 20. Yeah, it was 20. It was the end of the world year. In 20, they released a similar looking book for the Minnie Mouse The Main Attraction pins. They didn't release a book for these ones, I guess because then you'd have 2 Mickey books and 1 Minnie book, and they would look weird together on a shelf. I don't know. But given that these pins match, no, they really don't. They match more of the style of the Minnie Mouse ones, but no, the Minnie Mouse ones were a multi-pin set, so I'm talking utter garbage. So never mind. But yeah, here's the pin. Got some glittery headband, glittery on the bow tie, nice gold outlining. I don't think we have any glowy bits here. I feel like this would have been a good collection for glowy bits, but I don't. I think it was into this blacklight reactive, but nothing that actually glows, which is, I feel like, a missed opportunity. The fireworks glowing would have looked really cool. But, oh well. Complaining about things that it wasn't supposed to be is not fair to what it actually is. Let's move on to the key, and here it is. And for the last time, we get to struggle with the horrible glare off the plastic wrap while we try to see it on the camera. So, basically what you'd expect, nothing. I'm not going to say nothing special. Nothing special sounds very reductive, but it's exactly what I would have expected. We have just kind of firework blobs stuck to the stem of the key. We've got the Mickey head firework with Tinkerbell up there. We've got a very gold last 50th castle. So I don't feel like a lot of creativity points went into this one, so maybe that means the plush will be really, really good. I hope so, because it didn't look that great in pictures. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a huge fan of the plush from pictures, but you'll see why in a minute why I really have not looked at the plush. But the key is nice. Is it a grand finale? Oh, maybe not. I mean, it really just feels like they kind of just stuck some blobs here. It's got that plasticky look, but I mean, it arrived in good condition. The box is the same as it was all year long, so they would look nice on a shelf, like VHS cassettes like that. And I mean, there's nothing really to complain about. It's just, it's definitely not my favorite, but it's definitely not the worst either. It's a middle of the packer. But now let's read the words. Sparks fly at the Cinderella Castle. Walt Disney World Resort premiered its first fireworks display in 1971, and ever since, a spectacular show has been offered nearly every night at all Disney parks around the globe. Guests have also been treated to surprises from the beloved characters and timeless music for a completely enchanting experience. Now, what did it say on Minnie? So, because I know it doesn't mention the castle on Minnie, but I didn't look at it that closely. Come on over here. Let's see what you had to say about yourself. Sparkfly Disneyland Castle. So this is Disneyland Castle, not Sleeping Beauty Castle. Disneyland Park premiered its fireworks show in 1966. Ever since, so basically the same, except for they call it Disneyland Castle instead of Sleeping Beauty Castle. So maybe this one is supposed to be called Disneyland Castle, as where this one is called Cinderella Castle. I don't know. I wonder. I'm sure the pages aren't still active. I wonder if I could go back and look at like my purchases from back then to see what they referred to it as. Probably not. There'll be a lot of purchases I have to go back through. But that is it. That is our last key, which means it's time to move on to the last ears. And here they are, the final ears, the Cinderella Castle ears, the last part of Mickey Mouse, the main attractions ear collection. And let's take it out of the bag. So this is not particularly covered up. Nicely, everything did come wrapped in plastic, which is good because it has been raining here all week. And the box they were in didn't get rained on. It was thankfully not raining much on Tuesday, but the box did wick water up or moisture up out of the pavement. So the box was a little damp when we got it, but nothing inside of it seems to have gotten any water on it because it's all been very nicely wrapped in plastic. But here are our final ears, our Cinderella Castle ears. And that's crooked. That's movable though. Oh, that's actually metal. That's nice. They've been very hit or miss on what they've done with the little middle pieces this year, haven't they? We've had hats, we've had felt, we've had foam, and we've had plastic, and finally for the finale we have metal. So that's nice. It's very bedazzled, very sparkly. Does that can we get some shimmer off that? For nothing, no black light, right? No, nothing glow in the dark there. I'm still hopeful, but can we get some shimmer off that? Not in this light, not in the void space anyways. I was hoping maybe we get some neat little twinkly, sparkly effects, but that is apparently not something I can ask for. So it's made out of kind of a felty, velvety material, like a faux velvet. Same material on the outer of the ears as well as on the ears themselves, or the outer of the headband rather. Inside is the usual kind of grippy stuff. It grips one way and kind of velvety the other way. What have they done? The material they've used for the actual fireworks is interesting, almost sort of like an applique. But I feel like that could start to peel off if you don't maintain these well. We'll see how time treats these, I suppose. I guess if they come apart, then years from now we will come back and do just a follow-up to show that they did in fact fall apart. We have the Disney World 50th logo. So they turned 50 in 2021. It is now 2023. They've been milking this 50th anniversary thing for well over a year now. Too far, I'm sure Disneyland did the same with 65th, but I guess they had to keep it going since they didn't really have anything for 2022. They had to keep it going until they could get to the Disney 100, which of course will be this year and, let's face it, probably next year. And then I think by that point we will be about at the 70th anniversary of Disneyland. So they'll milk that for a couple years until it's time for the 55th of Disney World. But back, that kind of gets lost. I feel like the extra tension they were putting on the machine to make sure the stuff appeared visibly on the fireworks themselves caused it to get lost in the blackness here. You see that? The I and the S and the O over here in particular, it's like they've like been devoured by the felt material. That's a little weird. It doesn't make it look good to me. It does not look good from the back. I'm sorry, that looks really bad to me. But we don't have any pinching by the ears, so that's nice, probably because we have more of a velvety fabric instead of a satiny fabric, which is what they've been using for most of the year. And interestingly, we have no words. So every one of these has said on the outside of them what ride or attraction they were related to. And this one does not. This does not say Sleeping Beauty Castle, probably because the castle only appears on the little fascinator piece, and it clearly is more of a fireworks-focused ear set. So that's interesting as well. My wife said she thought this was actually a pin. I think it's sewed on. Yeah, this is sewed on. Those are like buttonholes there, kind of thing. But I mean, you could probably, if this like broke off at some point, you could probably turn it into a pin or something else. For the final set, not that grand of a finale. They look okay from the front. The front's fine. The back, they do just kind of fall apart for me. I don't like the way they've done the Walt Disney World 50th logo on the back there. But they're nice. They're nice enough. And it is a complete collection. We didn't have to like go buy any of the stuff from vendors at SAC Anime like we did with the Minnie Mouse ones. So it's a complete set. Achievement unlocked, you're a completionist. So we've only got 2 more stops on the last leg of our Mickey Mouse The Main Attraction Collection journey. And this stop, this penultimate stop, will be the one that we're not trying to be completionists on. We did not get all 12 of these. We had no intention of getting all 12 of these. I think we only have like 4 or 5 of them, counting this one. And that, of course, is the backpack, which, as you can see, is very nicely wrapped up in paper so that you really can't see it at all, which is nice if you're gonna ship these things, because you don't want them getting damaged, because while it probably actually is replaceable, it seems like the backpacks did not do as well in this collection. This isn't anything else, just paper. Make sure it's not like some sort of a strap or something. It seems that these definitely did not do as well as the Minnie Mouse ones. I don't know, maybe it's just because they've like massively oversaturated the market with Loungefly backpacks in the intervening years. But here it is, your first look and mine. Well, maybe not yours, maybe you've seen other videos on it, I don't know. But it's my first look at, in person, the Cinderella Fireworks backpack. It's got a little smushed on the in shipping. So very glittery. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but my eyes are being drawn to some like holes in the glitter. Or are those actually sequins? Oh, you know what? Those aren't holes. Those are actually like big clear sequins. Okay, that's better. Guess it's just the way the light's hitting them in here, but I don't know if you can like right there and right there, right there. To my eyes from a distance, from behind the camera, I see like voids in the glitter, but looking at close, I can actually see those are actually like clear sequins. Like, I don't know if you can see this on camera or not. So I'm sorry if I'm wasting your time. Well, this whole channel is a waste of your time, but I'm sorry if I'm wasting your time even more so by pointing at things you can't actually see that aren't picked up on the camera. But yeah, from a distance, it looks like there's just voids in the glitter, but no, those are actually sequins, so that's okay. I was gonna complain, but now I don't need to. We've got the Loungefly logo, we've got the Mickey Mouse ears. They're the same sort of faux leather that these things are always made out of. Anything on the back here worth looking at? No, nothing on the back worth looking at. There's the card. Backpack, Sac a dos Mochila. Limited release. Does not say Cinderella Castle. Again, I guess because the castle's not prominently featured on it. So it really is, and the focus of this is fireworks. It's weird that they've called it Cinderella Castle, but only on some things, which is even weirder. What's the inside look like? Do we have any interesting lining here? Will it be like it was like 50th lining before, wasn't it? What do we have? Oh, nope, it's fireworks. It's fireworks. Probably get a better view if I open the big pocket, huh? That would make more sense. Of course, the pocket's stuffed even more. There we go. Yeah, there's our lining. Similar firework pattern to what's on the outside, so that's nice. Nice little detail. And I have no idea if this will get any use. It may just go right back into its paper and go into storage for future collecting purposes. Maybe we find a wall we can put them on or something. But I mean, what is there really to say about it? It looks nice, but it is still, when it comes down to it, just a Loungefly backpack. It's one of many my wife has at this point, but she does use some of them. Some of them do get used. She kind of swaps them in and out as seasons make appropriate. But yeah, it's nice. It's nothing particularly special. We got the Mickey firework there on the front in white, nice and prominent. Again, no glowy bits, right? Yeah, nothing glows. It's a common backpack. I can see why she wanted it. It's certainly one of the better ones from the year. Some of them, like Jungle Cruise one, I think was like downright ugly. But yeah, it's nice. I can see why she wanted it. And it's now part of the collection. And that does, at long last, bring us to the last stop, the ultimate piece of the ultimate series of Mickey Mouse, the main attraction, the plush. And as you can see, not super visible in the bag, he's doing like his best Claude Rains impression there. Not the first time they've done this, but Yeah, he's nicely wrapped up, nicely papered up. I'm guessing he'll have maybe some, yeah, maybe it's just because the skin's white, because like Minnie here's white, and maybe it's just to keep like dust and stuff from getting on him, at least until you've opened it. So that's why they've hidden his face, or perhaps I'm going to unwrap it and he'll be hideous by the conventions of our society. Either way, let's get him onto a stand, put him next to Minnie, and find out. And here he is, Mickey Mouse. So absolute first impression, of course the hat requires a little finessing because it originally was up like this and kind of got that rain hat looking thing going on again. They didn't really get the indent on his fedora in a way that really makes it look fedora-ish. But he definitely looks less zoot-suity. Maybe it's because he's not in this jaunty little pose. Maybe it's because the fedora is not really working. Maybe it's because what I thought, was nicely looking like the feather in a fedora on the pin, they've totally abandoned on the plush and just kind of stuck it off to the off center. And also, is it just me, or does that just look bad? It looks like something a grade schooler cut out. I mean, I know Minnie's isn't, like the nicest thing ever, but I mean, it's clear. I mean, of course, it's also clearly Sleeping Beauty Castle, but it's I feel like it's better defined. I feel like, and maybe it's just because the more complicated look of Cinderella Castle doesn't lend itself as well to being done in silhouette. But that doesn't look good. I don't like that at all. That looks really cheap. But the suit has much more kind of grand tuxedo look to it than the pin did. So I mean, overall, it's nice. Fabric, as the last few have, feels maybe a little cheap, but it looks okay from a distance. Yeah, the hat in general is just disappointing to me. It doesn't look like a fedora. I mean, they really, that needed to be tightened up to make that notch in there deeper, or at least better defined. The castle just looks like a child cut it out and stuck it on there. But the jacket's nice. It feels cheap to the touch, but who's going to really be touching them? It's going to be up on a shelf, right? We do have the castle in the back, which I guess, yeah, just in silhouette, the castle can look a little just kind of cheap and amateurish. And this stand does not want to stand up. He's a little heavy, and his butt sticks out, so he doesn't really want to stay on the stand properly. But color matching, I'm going to say no real effort was put into color matching them. She is, I feel like, a completely different shade of purple. Oh, darker, richer. This is the lighter, and that could just be because it's cheaper fabric. The fabric is really thin feeling. It doesn't feel great. But we do have matching elements of her little belt and his bow tie. His bow tie is actually maybe a little bit nicer. Maybe it's just because she's been sitting around for 2 years and he's fresh. But I feel like his bow tie is a lot more sparkly than her waistband is. Skin, he's a little whiter, but again, she's been on display for 2 years. There could be some dust I couldn't get off of her very well. He's nice. He's definitely not one of the worst ones. He's not Peter Pan. He's not Tiki Room. I know that one's, I've heard people defend Tiki Room, and that's fine. I just feel like without other elements like Minnie, it's not obvious that Tiki Room is Tiki Room. It just looks like Tiki Room is a guy on a tropical vacation. It's like a Hawaiian vacation Mickey. But yeah, it's definitely not, but it's not one of the better ones. I mean, they've had some really, I think, impressive looking ones. Haunted Mansion was really nice, even if, again, the fabric was a little cheap, and up close, it didn't bear great inspection. I was really impressed with the Prince Charming with that great cloak on it. Space Mountain, I think, was pretty good. Some of the earlier ones were pretty good. But so yeah, it's definitely not in the bottom. I'm not going to go and rank all 12, but it's he's not near the bottom, but he's definitely much like the key, the middle of the packer. It's kind of disappointing for the finale just because you've built up to this and it's not bad, but it's not a showstopper. You did not pull out all the stops to produce something really nice to finish us off with. But it is, you can't even see the castle from the front, I guess from the hat. They've, the fireworks are similar. So notice that, the fireworks on the ears are very reminiscent of each other, maybe like at slightly different angles, slightly different positions, but the same fireworks are there. Not so much on the fabric. I was like, that Mickey firework just, was it always that dim? I have to go back and look at the video from 2020 or probably 2021 actually, and see if that was that dim back then. But he's definitely vibrant. I'm saying he's brighter than Minnie. He's much more vibrant. Like the, yeah, I'm saying the blue in the firework. Part of it's just being in shadow, but I think it's still just a little bit darker. And again, that could just be fading from age. The stuff's not coming off of it yet, so that's good. See, I like him. I don't dislike him, but he's not that grand of a grand finale. So for all this last collection, it's good. I wish, again, it's not a situation where I kind of wish the plush looked more like the pin. I really like the. I think the part of the thing I disliked about Peter Pan was also that the pin looked so much nicer than the plush did. Yeah, I mean it is what it is. But the collection is nice, and most importantly, Mickey Mouse, the main attraction, is now complete. So, like, I'm not going to rate all 12, but I will say, I mean, you can probably guess, my favorite collection in it was Haunted Mansion. It may not have been the most objectively impressive one, but it was well done. It met my expectations, and it always had a leg up over everything else anyways. Least favorite was, I'm still definitely say Peter Pan. The pin on that one showed how much nicer the plush could have looked. The plush looked like he was just going to go out for fish and chips in the rain. The pin had, you know, much more detail on it. And overall, that was my just biggest disappointment out of the series. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know, what was your favorite? What was your least favorite? What do you think about this? I am going to say, as far as, I know I commented before, do they bring each other up or down? I'm going to say as much as I dislike his hat, he does maybe bring her up a little bit just because he's a little more vibrant. And the fireworks together do look nice. She is a little washed out. I think it's just because it was printed on screen material. But she is a little less vibrant than he is. I mean, the purple on her shirt I think is a little richer, but there's so much more of it on him that I think it pops more. But also I think it feels like you can tell it's maybe cheaper material because it is shinier than, like, looking at her shoes to his pants. It seems like the pants are much shinier, and I think it's because the fabric is cheaper. Fabric on the shoes are softer than the fabric on her legs. There's almost kind of a roughness to that softness there. Anyways, I'm sorry, we're finishing. We're wrapping this up. Let me know in the comments, do you think he makes her better? And what was your favorite and least favorite parts of this collection? But we are done with Mickey Mouse, the main attraction. And as of now, they have not announced any continuity collections this year that I'm interested in. So we may have 12 months of not having to rush at 7 a.m. to buy that thing every month, which is nice. So if you've come along with me on this Mickey Mouse main attraction journey over the last year, or I guess really 9 months, eight months, thank you for coming along. I hope you found it at all interesting or entertaining. If you did, make sure to like this video. Go back and like those videos too if you didn't already do so. And hey, subscribe to the channel. There will be more Disney merchandise coming in the future. I promise you that. For better or worse, there is more Disney stuff a-coming. But thank you for watching. If you see me at Sack Anime, come and say hi. Give me a hello potato for the video, and I will see you in the next video.